True love cannot be bound by the limits of time and space. Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to MsMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 time travel romance movies.
What have you been doing?
I'm watching television in color.
In color? No kidding.
That means we're looking at movies where time travel and romance make up a significant portion of the plot or story. And we're even including time loops. However, movies like The Terminator, which is primarily an action movie but does have a subplot of romance, will not be included. Anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that this is an idea I actually had on Twitter, and you guys came up with so many great suggestions. Thank you so much. So if you ever want to do that again, just come to my Twitter at Rebecca Brayton, and we can talk about movies all day long. Anyway, let's get to the list.
I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
Number 10, Kate and Leopold.
I don't know the story of Prince Charles and Lady Di.
Oh, you don't want to. It's a cautionary tale, further proof.
Of what?
You can't live a fairy tale.
Director James Mangold rarely dips his toes into the romantic comedy genre, but when he does, he's known for delivering endlessly entertaining high-concept flicks. Kate and Leopold is no exception, asking audiences to suspend their disbelief for just over 2 hours in order to appreciate the humor and love shared between the two titular characters. The film is about a 19th century duke who finds himself transported to modern-day New York City. There, he meets Kate, a market researcher, and the two quickly fall in love. The film doesn't overplay the time travel aspect of the story, instead choosing to focus on the relationship between the two leads. Hugh Jackman earned a Golden Globe nomination for his performance, and it's easy to see why.
This is madness. This is madness. Who was that?
Number 9, Back to the Future Part 3.
Artie, my involvement in such a social relationship here in 1885 could result in a disruption of the space-time continuum.
Known more for its depiction of time travel than for its romantic subplots, few could deny that the Back to the Future film series has featured a number of iconic romances. In fact, the original film was almost exclusively about Marty trying to make his parents fall in love. That is, after he messes up their first meeting. In Back to the Future Part 3, it was Dr. Emmett Brown who found himself pierced by Cupid's arrow, falling for fellow science lover Clara Clayton after saving her from an untimely demise. While the film is far from a rom-com, the scenes featuring Doc and Clara are undeniably sweet, and their relationship brings closure to a part of Doc's arc we never thought we needed to see.
I'm almost glad that snake spooked those horses, otherwise we might never have met.
Number 8, Peggy Sue Got Married.
What am I gonna do with you?
While dated in some areas, Peggy Sue Got Married is nonetheless a thoroughly enjoyable film, with big names both on-screen and off. Helmed by legendary director Francis Ford Coppola and starring Kathleen Turner and Nicolas Cage, the film tells the story of a jaded divorcee trying to get over her ex-husband's infidelities, who is suddenly transported back in time to her senior year of high school. While in the past, she gleans information about her future that she'd previously overlooked, and in the process, manages to forgive her husband's mistakes. The film is worth revisiting for Turner's performance alone, which earned her an Oscar nomination.
Do you think time travel is possible?
Are you doing some kind of science project?
Sort of.
Number 7, Somewhere in Time.
Excuse me.
No, you don't understand.
I think I do.
No, please don't leave. You have no idea how far I've come to be with you.
While time travel romance flicks often lean towards the comedic, there are others that throw themselves wholeheartedly into the melancholic nature of finding the love of your life in the past. One such film is Somewhere in Time, starring Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. Reeve plays Richard Collier, a playwright living in 1980 who's bewitched by the portrait of a woman from 1912. Through the power of hypnosis, he travels back in time to be with her, and the two quickly fall in love. The chemistry between Reeve and Seymour is palpable, making the film's ending all the more emotional.
You all right? I thought I lost you.
Oh, never.
Number 6, The Lake House.
Where were you before? In my time?
2 years ago in your time, I was working in internal medicine in Madison.
While critics were quick to judge The Lake House for its convoluted premise and narrative inconsistencies, others, like Roger Ebert, were quick to point out that, quote, a time travel story works on emotional, not temporal logic. When viewed from that perspective, The Lake House is not only one of the best romantic films of the 2000s, but one of the most imaginative time travel flicks as well. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock deliver passionate performances as two lovers living in different times, who manage to communicate through their lake house mailbox. Rooting for two characters to get together despite their difficult circumstances has never been so easy.
Don't worry, Kate. We'll be together in time. Even if we're far apart, I'll find a way to be close to you and take care of you.
Number 5. Midnight in Paris.
A man in love with a woman from a different era. I see a photograph.
Midnight in Paris might just be one of Woody Allen's best-written films, winning the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. The film centers on screenwriter Gil Pender, who is obsessed with the literary world of the 1920s. During a visit to Paris, he is magically transported to his dream era, where he meets everyone from Ernest Hemingway to Pablo Picasso. He also meets and falls in love with a beautiful muse named Adriana. However, despite the vigor he once felt, he soon discovers that his ideal time period may eventually sour on him. So, will he continue to escape to the 1920s or learn to function in his own time?
Memento. When they're forced to stay together, the veneer of civilization quickly fades away, and what you're left with is who they really are, animals.
Number 4. 13 Going on 30.
I'm 13! Jenna, if you're gonna start lying about your age, I'd go with 27.
Be careful what you wish for. 13 Going on 30 is about Jenna Rink, a girl who wants nothing more than to be one of the popular girls. However, when the popular girls pull a mean prank at her 13th birthday party, she cries and wishes she could be a 30-year-old woman. The next morning, she is both shocked and elated to wake up in her 30-year-old body. Unfortunately for Jenna, it appears she turned into a bit of a jerk during those missing 17 years, and is now estranged from both her parents and her former best friend Maddie. Featuring heartfelt and hilarious performances from Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo, 13 Going on 30 is a coming-of-age story that definitely sticks the landing.
It doesn't matter what Lucy said. I stopped trusting her after she stole my Pop Rocks in the 3rd grade.
Number 3. Groundhog Day.
Rita, I'm reliving the same day over and over.
The time travel genre is as much about second chances as it is about imaginative plot devices. From If Only to Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, time travel is often used as a way to show wayward men the error of their ways. Few films did it with as much heart and humor as Groundhog Day. Known for Bill Murray's curmudgeonly performance and popularizing the time loop trope, the film touches upon everything that makes cinematic time travel great. From getting to punch the annoying guy in the face to finally winning over the woman you love, the film is pure escapism. However, at its core, it's about love and the things we're willing to do for it, such as spending 10,000 years in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
I couldn't imagine a better fate than a long and lustrous winter. From Punxsutawney, it's Phil Connors. So long.
Number 2. The Time Traveler's Wife.
So it's a
Yes.
yes.
Of course.
Starring Eric Bana and Rachel McAdams as the titular time traveler and his wife, this film weaves a complicated narrative, one that involves one of cinematic history's most impossible romances. Bana plays Henry DeTamble, a man who sporadically travels through time with no control over when he'll disappear or where he'll end up. Keeping him grounded is his wife Claire, who knows more about him than he does himself, thanks to his constant unplanned temporal travels. Through their love for one another, they manage to endure the trials and tribulations of Henry's condition. For a time. All we'll say is that you'd be wise to have a box of tissues ready at the end of this one.
Why didn't you tell me you were coming? I would have been here waiting.
I didn't want you to wait. I don't want you to spend your life waiting.
I love all these movies. Oh my god, I love this list so much. Anyway, do you have any idea what could be number 1? Or did you already time travel into the future and see what it is, because that's cheating. Anyway, let's check out some honorable mentions and then we'll see what our ultimate romantic time travel movie is.
Ew, I hate it when girls will listen to me. And please, do me a favor, don't talk to me like your ex-boyfriend.
I'm not. And if he talked to me the way you're talking to me, I would punch him in the face.
Well, why are you so happy?
Because I'm here with you.
But you don't even know me. At all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We still have to discuss your reason for going back.
That's classified information.
I can appreciate that, I respect that. But I have a certain responsibility to keep as the leader of this
Jen,
mission.
I have to tell you that it's personal.
Je suis Godefroy Maury de Malfette, comte de Montmirail, d'Apremont et de Papincourt, fils d'Aldebert de Malfette et de Thibaut de Montfaucon.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. About Time.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better,
Would it be very wrong if I asked you for your number?
Featuring a who's who of lovable actors from Donald Gleason to Rachel McAdams to Bill Nye, this film is about a young man who, upon turning 21, discovers that the men in his family can travel to different points in their own lives. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Gleason's character embarks on a quest to turn his love life around. Along the way, he discovers what it means to live each day as if it were the last, and to cherish the time he has with his friends and family. Featuring great writing and a fantastic soundtrack, About Time is the perfect date night flick. Exactly how many time travelers can McAdams date, though?
What do you think? Huh?
It was the toughest decision of my life.
So, like I said, you guys helped me with this list on Twitter, and again, you came up with so many great suggestions, I kind of feel like we're gonna have to do a second list. So, did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments, or, again, come talk to me on Twitter or Instagram at Rebecca Brayton. Be sure to like and subscribe, and please watch this other video.